Hello and welcome to Cần Thơ News of Cần Thơ Radio and Television Station. Here are today's headlines. Discussion of the National Assembly about the results of the 2023 Socio-Economic Development Plan and the plans for 2024. The Standing Vice Secretary of the City Party Committee supervised the organization of anti-corruption work of the City Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism. Bến Tre is well set to export fresh coconuts to the Chinese market. Top news today. On the morning of October 24th, the National Assembly discussed the results of implementing the 2023 Socio-Economic Development Plan and the expected development plan for 2024. In 2023, the globe faces numerous difficulties and obstacles which have had a significant influence on the supply chains of commodities, energy security, and global food security, as well as a more severe impact on all aspects of life, economy, and society. Vietnam likewise confronted new obstacles and challenges beginning in the fourth quarter of 2022. Vietnam economic development is slowing, making meeting the 2023 target challenging. Aside from agriculture, which remains the support pillar, the growth drivers of investment, export, and consumption are all struggling with slowing growth and deceleration. The majority of delegates agree with the principal directions, aims, targets, tasks, and solutions given by the government based on an examination of realized results as well as inadequacies and limits. At the same time, delegates requested the government and ministry to study, assess, and predict the situation to develop realistic policies. Also on the morning of October 24, Supervisory Team number 1164, led by Mr. Phạm Văn Hiếu, Standing Vice Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee and Chairman of the City People Council, supervised the organization of anti-corruption work of the City Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism. The party committee and the leadership of the Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism have led and directed the effective implementation of the work of popularizing, propagating, and thoroughly implementing Resolution number 17 with appropriate form and content. As a result, it has increased the understanding of party members, civil servants, and public employees, particularly heads of party committees, agencies, and units, in the job of preventing and combating corruption and negativity. The delegates focused on analyzing and explaining flaws and limitations in bidding work, equipment procurement, financial management, and assess disclosure of subjects by legislation. From there, tasks and solutions to the challenges have been presented for the future. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính has just signed and issued official dispatch number 991 dated October 22nd, 2023 on strengthening the management of fire prevention and fighting for individual houses with many floors and apartments.
The Prime Minister requested in the telegram that the chairman of the People's Committees of the provinces and centrally run cities urgently review and evaluate all individual housing projects with many floors and apartments that have been put into use in the area to detect violations of construction order, particularly violations of conversion of housing functions and violations of fire prevention regulations, and to strictly handle violations. At the same time, there are immediate steps that may be taken to address flaws and restrictions, particularly in fire prevention and suppression. Local competent agencies must closely regulate compliance with legal regulations for new construction projects, strictly handle violations of construction orders, and put an end to illegal and unlicensed construction.
On the morning of October 24, the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism held an online conference to summarize and evaluate the implementation of Decree number 21, dated February 14, 2015, of the government regulating royalties, remunerations for works of cinema, fine arts, photography, theater, and other forms of performing arts. After more than 8 years of implementation, it has resulted in numerous benefits for agencies that use the state budget, such as the use of estimates and settlement, funds for paying royalties and annual remunerations, and it has contributed to the promotion of the creation and dissemination of literacy and scientific works to serve economic and cultural development. Aside from the favorable characteristics, Decree 21 has several weaknesses that require immediate, extra, and synchronous evaluation. Most importantly, establish adequate synchronizations of the law by revising and supplementing a number of intellectual property laws in 2022 in response to changes in artistic practice to cover all types of work. Following the conference, the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism will collect feedback and make recommendations to the government. On the afternoon of October 23rd, the Cần Thơ City Department of Agriculture and Rural Development held a conference summarizing 20 years of Cần Thơ City agriculture extension activities and 30 years of Vietnam agricultural extension activities. Agricultural extension efforts have always closely followed the orientation goals in main agriculture extension initiatives of the central government and the city during the last 20 years. More than 4 million farmers attended training and workshops, and over 1,000 agriculture extension models were introduced and developed, all of which contributed to the city's fast expanding production and quality of agricultural products. Mr. Nguyễn Ngọc Hè, Vice Chairman of Cần Thơ City People Committee, praised the agricultural extension system at all levels for its contributions. In its fundamental and pioneering role in introducing new ideas, the Agriculture Extension Force has done admirably, simultaneously direct a variety of options to continue developing agricultural extension work in the future, with a focus on combining production with consumption and establishing consistent output for agricultural products. The Ministry of Transport has stated that it is looking into other materials to replace river sand on highways. Accordingly, sea sand and crushed sand are being investigated as alternatives to river sand in construction.
Initial results demonstrate that sea sand meets the mechanical and physical material standards for embankment according to national standards. Environmental monitoring results from monitoring sites also demonstrate that there is no clear indication that the use of sea sand increases salt or spreads salinity in surface water, groundwater, or soil around the building area. Apart from sea sand, the Ministry of Transport is actively researching and deploying other materials to partially replace river sand in traffic construction, such as technology for cold scraping and recycling of asphalt concrete pavement on site, hot scraping and recycling of asphalt concrete at the mixing plant, in collaboration with the Ministry of Construction to research and use ash and slag from thermal power plants as construction and leveling materials.
For a long time, coconut output was faced with uncertainty. To boost value and produce secure income, the provincial functional branches are developing particular production solutions so that coconuts can be formally exported to important markets throughout the world, includes the Chinese market.
Bến Tre is well set to export fresh coconuts to the Chinese market in the near future. The province as a whole has developed 6 pilot concentrated coconut production areas. 5 regions and 1 drinking coconut production zone are produced according to organic standards. Bến Tre has developed a coconut value chain covering over 23,700 hectares, accounting for more than 30% of the province's total coconut area and producing over 230,000 tons. The entire area of organic coconut is about 18,000 hectares, with 11,600 hectares certified for export to the United States, Japan, and the European Union.
On the morning of October 23rd, the Central for Women and Development, directly under the Central Vietnam Women Union, organized the White Ribbon Morning event with the participation of delegates from Cần Thơ City departments and organizations providing women protection services.
Activities at the event included a discussion on the topic of joining hands to increase women's economic empowerment, in order to promote rights and prevent unsafe mitigation and human trafficking, sharing and discussion about implemented initiatives and experiences to improve service quality in order to ensure respect and safety throughout the process of supporting the return of migrants and trafficked women and children, and stories from returning victims of human trafficking. The White Ribbon Campaign is a movement to improve community awareness of the reality of violence against women and girls, and to encourage men to commit to not creating violence, not remaining silent about the issue, and to share their experiences.
Coming up next is the weather forecast. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.